after show. Fans, Jonny Fairplay, the Survivor expert, is here this week. Last week he wasn't here.
No, Matt, no. This is an RIP to the Survivor expert.
Yes!
That knew the show so good that they podcast about it. And I heard 2 weeks of their greatness.
Yeah.
That I didn't see when I saw what I saw. And then on week 3, I saw the exodus of that expert. So RIP, Asia, I think you're a great person. I think you're a great podcaster. But I guess it didn't work out. So,
it didn't.
Maybe it's a lot harder to play the game than it is to talk about the game and play the game.
It is. And I want to mention, so Jonny was gone last week. So was Wayne. Wayne had a baby. Congratulations. Your second baby.
Yeah.
Wow. 2.
Yeah.
So how is
His
it?
pull-out game is horrible.
It's terrible. How are you acclimating, Wayne? This is like fresh. Give me the news.
We're good. So last Wednesday in the morning, we woke up and Courtney said, "Hey, I think my water broke." We went in. Everything happened. She was born at 11:42 on Wednesday night. Her name is Susanna June, and we call her Sunny.
Dude,
awesome.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to your son, Sonny. I saw Lucky bragging about his son, Sonny.
Yeah, we have a daughter, Sunny, and a son, Sonny, over at Lucky.
No, I'm pretty sure yours is a boy.
Oh, okay. We got 2. Okay, cool.
I don't know.
And everything's good. We took her to the zoo today.
Dude.
Listen, I just look on Facebook, Wayne. I'm not here for.
So for those that don't know,
I don't turn them upside down and smack them and look.
When you have 2 kids, it gets gnarly. 2 kids is gnarly. 1 kid, but then when you have 2,
welcome to the club.
Yeah, so props, dude. Congrats. But we are
here. And Matt, condolences.
It's going to restrict my time a little bit probably, but that's all right.
But I want to thank Bobby Goodsby and John Carroll last week
that was an awesome podcast. You guys had fun, man.
We did. And it was cool, Johnny, to hear from John Carroll because he doesn't do a lot of stuff. The guy looks great. We talked about it on our Patreon Q&A. The dude is pushing 60.
How
he
did
looks
he get younger?
Yeah.
From after he filmed Survivor 25 years ago.
I know. It was a great episode.
What a badass.
I'm glad we had our kid. Yeah, I'm glad we had our kid because it was really fun to listen to on Thursday. I'm sitting there at UC Health on my little iPad watching Survivor. We're all trying to sleep, and I'm in the corner I got to know what happens to Rome.
Dude. Oh my God. Do we love Rome? So I got hit with this. I didn't want to start with this because I kind of got pissed off a little later in the episode, and we'll get there. But everyone keeps asking me who is Rome? Who is Rome like? There's another Survivor that he's like it's on the tip of my tongue. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And I'm sitting there who is Rome? And Rome, off the record, hi Rome, is asking who is Rome?
Yeah,
and it hit me. Before this episode, I'm just oh my God, Rome is Coach. Rome is we're literally watching. I'm who doesn't love Coach?
Yeah.
And then during the episode, I'm watching with my fiance, and she was no, Rome is wannabe Jonny Fairplay. What do you? She was that's who Rome. I'm no, you don't get it. He's the annoying survivor. And she goes, yeah.
Dude, it makes sense, Johnny, because Rome is not afraid to lie, and I feel like he really is guaranteed a big fan of yours. Hint, hint. Maybe go listen to our Patreon.
He wrote on his piece of paper, "What player do you want to most play like?" Scratched through Jonny Fairplay after he wrote it, and then wrote Sean Rector to appease to the people that put people on a podcast that play poorly for 3 episodes.
But Rome is, and I will tell you this. I want to back up. I love 90-minute episodes.
Yeah,
Wayne's loving that.
Dude,
this is so funny.
I'm loving it too.
Dude, 90 minutes is the best thing ever. I don't feel like I'm bored this season. I'm not annoyed. For the last 5 seasons, I've been so pissed podcasting. Like, fuck, this person quits, or come on, I don't want to hear another political agenda.
I totally quit, Matt. So you should have hated season 16 too.
Nah, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
But dude,
thanks.
I
for
feel
the record, can I just get the? I apologize, Matt.
Sure,
I do not mean
sure.
to step on you.
Sure.
Sincerest apologies,
Yes.
Wayne. If you're ever on Survivor, we'd love the reality after show plug, but like not until like fucking episode like 11.
Oh yeah, no one's gonna know.
You do that shit. Yeah, you do that shit episode 2, and they show it, and you go home. We're like, you're off the podcast.
We're gonna be so bummed. Fuck.
If I go on Survivor,
bummed,
if I go on Survivor, I'm a stay-at-home dad. That's what I'm telling everybody. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I raise my kids. My wife is this power woman. I'm all about her chasing her dreams. I've already got it all figured out. I know my whole story.
All right, fair enough.
And I'm not famous enough that anyone's watching this and remembering it now for when I am on season 53.
This is a pretty big podcast, Wayne. I don't think you understand the reality after show network at this point. We got Kelly Whitworth now, so everything's changed.
And by the way,
we got Wayne Memmott
I'm looking forward to the Kelly Wentworth Abby Maria podcast.
Oh, we all are.
You know, like
that one better be video. I'm sorry, I love you guys.
Yeah.
So, Wayne, do you have a problem with this? The title of Kelly's podcast?
What was it?
Edging with Kelly Wentworth.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's on the edge. Right?
Kelly's great.
I thought with Lauren and Kelly on the first episode, I was just like, ooh, all right, you're making this kind of hard, pun intended. And now Kelly and Abby Maria. Stop it.
Yeah.
I mean, who's winning this?
Right.
Oh, dude. It's so cool just to have the different perspective, right?
I don't think that Wentworth is doing edging jokes.
No, she's definitely not. But I will say, like, Tessa loves Kelly Wentworth. She's like, I've been watching. She's so funny and cool. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, she puts out a lot of fun content on Instagram and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Free toes.
Let's get into season 47, episode 3, where everyone can climb a ladder.
Yes.
Everyone is physical. People are playing the fucking game. I love it.
Matt, I hate to do this.
All right.
Brandon Dolan, I make fun of relentlessly.
The ladder guy, right? Super fan.
Yeah, the ladder guy.
Yeah.
So he made a tweet today, and he posted a picture of Dee's Twitter account, and it's Rome with D. That's her Twitter name.
Right.
And then he posted a picture of Rome, the player, with D.
Yeah.
And I was like, you nailed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like I got a tear-felt text message from Brandon Dolan that I finally accepted this guy. And Brandon, know this.
Yes.
Yours. Fuck you. No, I do not. No, I'm kidding. Brandon, you're great. I love you. I thought it was hilarious. I want to leave him on this. I want to leave him on the string of that ladder for a sec. No, Brandon's a sweetheart. Just Survivor wasn't the game for him.
Of course he is.
No,
Survivor and Bob Crowley's is the game for Brandon Dolan, not Survivor on my TV.
Yeah,
Big
exactly. And
Big Brother is the game for Brandon Dolan.
Just not something physical.
I don't know that I need Brandon on Big Brother, but I love Brandon. I love you, and
we do.
And no, I thought that was a great tweet. And as I said, I make fun every week, but you are the barometer of what I like and dislike about Survivor. You are below it, but you are the barometer.
Well, the fact
to climb the ladder.
The fact of the matter of Survivor, has been a Survivor legend and stand-up comedian are sitting here on a podcast talking about Brandon
every
seasons
week.
Later, then he he's in my mind, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a horrible.
We're talking about Brandon still. I
feel like we always preface it with, "Hey, he's a good kid.
Yes,
he's a good egg." Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So, but can I say, we're talking episode 3.
Yes.
We start with previously on Survivor. Mm-hmm. Then we do the previously on. Then we do the little gimmick. We're gonna get there. Then we get the title opening. Can I ask a question? First time, long time.
Yeah.
Is Jeff listening? Because I feel like we got previously on.
Yep.
We got the title screen.
Yes.
We got the opening credits. Mm-hmm. We have people that can climb ladders.
Yeah, physical
Rumored
players.
Innuendo is we have the food auction. We don't have the stupid starve or what was the opening gimmick?
Sweater Savvy.
We don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is my favorite season in many seasons.
Is Jeff making Survivor great again? Is this what's happening? Because truth be told, I have fucking bit my tongue for fucking 3 years. This shit has fucking sucked.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has.
This is my fiance. I'm like, hey, like, is this old? I don't think it's old school. I think it's new school Survivor, which I didn't have a problem with new school Survivor.
No, I don't either.
You did new school Survivor, Matt. I don't hate you.
Yeah, but it's not. Right. It's different than new school because they're lying. They haven't lied. They haven't lied in 7 seasons. They come back and they tell everybody exactly what happened all the time, and now.
Well, no. I mean, Roma's kind of lying, but I asked my fiance. I'm like, is this good? And she was like, this is the first time this season I haven't left the chair, or the first time this era. Not this season. This era that I have not left. She has not finished an episode this era until this season.
Oh, dude, Tess is the same way, and I'll tell you. As a fucking podcaster, excuse my language, I would be watching a 90-minute episode tortured. I'd be like, Jesus Christ. I'd be looking at my phone on Instagram because I'd be like, I am bored. Commercial breaks during challenges.
Commercial breaks are a highlight. It's like, ooh, what's happening in the world? I'm finally looking up from my fucking phone.
But, dude, I swear to you, 90 minutes, like it's for tonight. I looked at the thing, 47 minutes into the episode, and there's not even an immunity challenge yet. I was like, Tessa, this would have been when they're doing tribal. I was like, I have learned so much about these fucking players. Camp life for 47 minutes. This is the best. Season 47 is the best season, new era since season 40. Period.
Because we're not telling stories, we're just showing them place. We didn't need the stories, Jeff.
Well,
it's great. It's great. Maybe there was a time at the beginning of COVID that we needed this.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of those people, but maybe there were people that did need that, and and that's great. And I'm glad that you provided that for them. We're post-COVID, okay? We want life like it's just give us Survivor back, and we don't have bad guys. We have 2 bad guys. We have the annoying bad guy who is apparently Jonny Fairplay-esque. His name is Rome, and then we have Andy who's will be on Dateline instead of season 50. That's fine too. The episode begins with she had a smile that would light up a room and then flash to Andy. It's fine. We get it. It's great. I love it. That's good fucking TV. But why can't we have this for the 6 seasons up to this?
Yeah, right.
All right, so continue, Matt. I apologize. I'm doing my diatribe, but we love Survivor right now. This is fucking good Survivor.
Wayne, what were you going to say, Wayne?
Oh, I was just going to say, from the beginning when we start, this episode, it just starts with camp life. And we get insight into, Annika and Sam's relationship that's probably going to be consequential to the game later, but doesn't really matter to this episode. But it's that extra 15 to 20 minutes lets us get that where they're messing with the shelter and we should get food. We have fishing gear, but I don't like to sleep on the bamboo. And Sam's like, but it's bamboo. What are we going to do? So it's inconsequential to the rest of the episode, but lets us see what these people are about.
Well, if we had Purple Mattress as a sponsor right now, that would be the perfect fucking segue. So Purple Mattress, if you're watching, we fucking got you. This is the spot.
So TK is gone. Yeah. Gabe talks about, look, the reason I played my idol is because I was not going to be a new era person going home with an idol in my pocket. And they flash back to all these people.
From last season? Yeah. No, not even new era. Last season.
So I do not blame him for playing his idol.
All right, so I was on the podcast last week. And Wayne, you were too busy just doing your Johnny Appleseed impression, just making Wayne babies everywhere.
I didn't make it last week.
Took it out of the oven.
Yeah. All right, so Wayne, where are you at on this? That's the right move. Play your idol, right?
Absolutely.
After watching last season.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Always. You got a tribe of 6. You got a tribe of 6. Yeah. You have no idea who these people are. It's your first immunity. You have no feeling, because they always say, especially first tribal council, because that's where the lines are drawn. That's where you see who's telling you what matters. Yeah. Because you don't know anything. You have no reason to trust or not trust any of these people. You got an idol, you play it. Even if you haven't heard your name at all, because then you're like, I haven't heard my name. That's because they're all talking about your name. And so you just play it. You play it no matter what. If you're wrong on the first tribal, absolutely.
And Wayne, what about this? And I think this is equally as important as, and I agree with everything you said, and I think you're 1,000% correct. In addition, if you felt like you were the only one looking for an idol, play your idol and then go look for an idol again. Because another one's there.
Right.
This makes me like Gabe more.
Because, I mean, I know the edit's the edit. You know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But I would like to think, in Gabe's heart of hearts, he was like, dude, I was the only one looking for the idol. Because we saw Gabe do everything wrong and still freaking get it, right?
Right.
So if Gabe does all that, he's just like, I can do it again. No one else. Like, I've played Survivor twice. You know, one immensely more successfully than the other. Great. But I can tell you at the day 1.5, 3/4 of the tribe isn't leaving the campsite. That they were just like, the shelter is more than okay with me. It's just like, hey, do you want to go swimming? No. Hey, do you want to go for a hike? No. Do you want to get firewood? Never. Do you want to get water? Absolutely not. So, I mean, like, that is literally day 1.5 of where people are. Like, you think it's like, oh, this is great. And it's like, oh, I'm more lazy than I thought I was in real life.
Yeah.
Right.
So if that,
I like Gabe more that he's talking about this and doing it. I was not a big Gabe fan, but I'm like, you know what?
Still not.
I give him props for this.
It's the right move.
Yeah, for this moment. And then we see Sue is pissed because Kyle wrote Sue's name down. Sue said, listen, I've dealt with men like this in my aviation career, and I want revenge on this guy. Yeah. So if we go to tribal council again, I'm getting revenge. Now, I will say this. I like Sue. I like her character. I like the fact that she's older. And I feel like Sue is smart enough to...
I don't think Kyle was an attack of men on Sue.
No, but I what I'm thinking is I think Sue is going to, like, mellow out a little bit.
I would like to see her mellow out. And I would like to thank Sue for giving Carolyn her first airtime as they celebrated together, and she didn't really get to say anything.
Oh,
yeah.
So that was nice of Sue.
Yes.
I think what I picked up from that, I actually think Caroline is... I think she's under-edited now because she's going to be a big part of it later. I think there's more... I think there's more there than what they're showing right now.
You think she's a transformer and there's more than meets the eye?
Yeah,
I
think I don't think Sue is the smarts in their pair. Let's put it this way. I don't think Sue is the one that's guiding their pair. And so if this whole and now that like Gabe has told someone that he thinks that those two are his goats.
I don't think Gabe is long for this world. But
no, I don't either.
Idol. Yeah, another idol. Yeah. All right. So we have the title open, and John is still in the credits. All right. So I mentioned the title open earlier. I love the title open. However, and I get. All right, let's go to Australian Survivor. Australian Survivor, if you get voted out, you're removed from the title open, right? I like that. But even if you're Australian Survivor and you have John Lovett, who is like your kind of celebrity insert into the season, do you remove them from the title open because you want people, like someone turning the channel and being like, "Ooh, this is the one with John Lovett." Right. Maybe I think on this scenario, I'll allow it. Yeah. I said if he wasn't the first boot, like, if he's like boot number like 7, and I'm just like, kill him off as they're eliminated. But I think John means something. And I feel like not necessarily. I haven't followed the ratings. They may be killing it. They may not. I have no idea. Don't know. Kind of care, but I don't know. But I can tell you, just awareness wise of this season is one of the lowest I've seen in years. But I've seen it gaining momentum more than any other season in years as well. Like I feel like it's one of those that like so many people are like, oh, I didn't even know it started, and then like. Week 3 is just like, oh my God, I just caught up on the first 2 episodes. This season's good. Right. So with something like that in play, I like the idea that John Lovett remains in the opening sequence, because if there is that, Pod Save America is a big deal. His appearances on was it After Dark, After Show? What is it? Anyway, John Lovett is a celebrity.
Here's the deal. I am fine as I'm thinking about this. I think that up until jury, you should have everyone on the
and they kill it.
Yeah, and once pre-jury people are gone, like if I'm watching Survivor Career Mode, I was pre-jury. You can take me off the intro credits. I'm cool with it.
Oh,
I'm voted out. That. But you know what I'm saying? Like I still want John Lovett and Asia and TK and people on the opening scenes
until the jury.
Yes.
Did they keep you on the whole season?
I don't know. I haven't watched my season.
Do you think we could call if you were? Do you see if we could have you removed?
But so
just for me, Bobby, are you? So we have Bobby Goodsby's producing. If he's good at edits, if he could take you out, like we'll contact CBS, Matt. I would love to have you removed. I would love to have you removed from post jury. Okay,
stupid asses.
Bobby is on it. All right, hey Matt, this is we're doing good in the Survivor world right now.
Oh, you fucking dicks! Listen, we're on the Gotta Drive Day 6. This is after the first intro credits and stuff. Rachel does not have a what did I say here? Oh yeah, she does not have a good back. She's
she has a bad back, but Rachel and Annika both don't like the bamboo.
Yeah, but here's the deal. No matter if you make like a perfectly good bamboo, thing, it's going to suck no matter what, Jonny Fairplay. It sucks. You slept on the beach.
I never slept on the beach.
Really? I thought you slept in the sand. We slept on the bamboo.
Never.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Go fuck yourself. No. Oh, my God. No. Pearl Islands, we made a shelter in the woods on day 1. It was amazing. Got destroyed by every mosquito in the Pearl Islands. And I was like, hey, I think if we built it more near the shore, maybe the winds from the tide and the shore would maybe get rid of these mosquitoes, and we're not where all the mosquitoes are. So we built a second shelter in front of the shore. Then the whole fight with me and Sean, you work harder to not fight and all that, and the whole thing with me and Sandra and all that. And Sandra actually backed me on this, I was like, the sand fleas are destroying us. We need to build our shelter up a foot off the ground, rebuild it a third time. But this was back in the day in which it was 36 days, so that meant reward challenge, immunity challenge, day off.
So you're building on the day off.
I proposed this on day off.
Yes.
This is a different format. However, I love to sleep. It's like one of my my 3 favorite things. Sleeping's number 3.
Okay, hold on. Let me get your 3. Let me get your 3 favorite things.
Podcasting about Survivor,
pinball,
yep,
fucking,
yep,
and sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Not necessarily in that order, but maybe.
No. I think it would be this. I think it'd be like sex, sleep, and pinball.
Playing
pinball,
Survivor,
swap them out.
Podcasting about Survivor, sleeping. That's
sleeping does rule.
Who's to say? I'm just a Survivor expert. I'm just here for the laughs.
So Johnny, when Sam is saying, "I don't give a shit about the bamboo," right?
I would have a problem with that. I understand Sam's problem.
Yes.
And Sam, if I'm Sam, I go, hey, I get it. Mm-hmm. Andy is here to move whatever bamboo you need moved.
Yep.
I'm going out to catch some fish. I think is the proper protocol in that, or hey, Andy, do you think you can fish and not stab yourself with the spear? Great. You give it a try. Don't lose the spear, especially the spear tip. Rupert hates that.
This tribe is too many young people that don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That's their they don't want to exert themselves because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings because they don't want to be the outs of the tribe because they're all like.
This is the problem with the new era casting.
Yes,
right here. If there was one person over the age of 40 on this tribe, they're getting fish and they're rebuilding a shelter.
Yep.
One person.
They need a mom
so
or
this
dad.
is what So Annika and Sam
or 2. Heaven forbid. Hey, Jeff, love the diversity. You figured that out. God bless you. I love you for it. Fix the ageism.
Yeah.
Because that is a fucking problem. Also, figure out the fucking differentialityism. So I want a redneck, and I want someone that ain't a redneck. I want them on the same tribe together, being like, oh my God, they're going to kill each other. Oh my God, they're best friends. Or, oh my God, they're going to kill each other, and we got good TV. Either way is great TV.
And older people do win. I mean, look at Gabler.
So
Gabler rules, by the way.
I just want to spectate. Jeff has killed it with the diversity, but I feel like he narrowed diversity just based on pigment and not on age. And I really.
I mean, here's the problem.
I meet fans every day that are 8 years old and 80 years old. Why can't we? I mean, I don't need an 80-year-old. Actually, please, I want to play Survivor with an 80-year-old so I can fucking vote him out. Like, hey, let's get rid of the old lady.
You have to peel it back even further. How are these shows cast? There's casting agencies where these people probably have floated through some way, shape, or form, and then there's just like the call to try out for Survivor that they do on the show. Who's trying out for that? Fans of Survivor, people that are watching Survivor. They're not reaching out to these random people that aren't in central casting, that aren't fans of Survivor, that are these ripped, buff, 55-year-old ladies that have an interesting story that could come out here and actually bust ass on challenges. Like, so...
I think those people are showing up to the casting tents, and I think those people are sending videos. And if they're not, your job is to still seek out,
find them
beyond that.
Yeah. No,
here's my thing: they're going to get better with it.
Yeah.
So we have season.
We are getting better. I mean, I peek behind the curtain. I don't know if it's true or not. I have a gut feeling Jeff finally watched a season of the new era in between the last one and this one. It was just like, holy shit, this isn't Survivor. It's like, let's make Survivor again.
He did break some fourth walls tonight, which we'll get to. But
eventually,
Sam and Annika are bickering about what's going.
Would you have a problem rebuilding the shelter?
No, because I would. Like, I know it's a shorter game, but I would be just like, let's just take a little bit of time and rebuild it.
Yeah.
Why not? I'd have no problem with that.
It doesn't require, like, can't Andy do that and Sam go fish?
Yeah, there's 5 people.
Yes, you could do multiple things. So when I played Survivor Caramoan, it's like I got in this big fight with Shamar over the fire making, but I was like, motherfucker, there's 10 people on this tribe.
Yeah.
I am a BMX guy who has built ramps and jumps and shit my whole fucking life. So I can work on a shelter.
Like real size or just for like miniature stuff?
No, not like Spinal Tap. Like I was like, I'm going to build the shelter, and there's multiple people on this tribe that can build shit, right?
Yeah.
Or that can do fire.
For the record, Matt built one of the most amazing bike jump parks ever.
I know.
In my backyard, at my old house,
sponsored by Red Bull.
Yeah, so it was one of the most badass backyard ramps. So I was like, look, I'm going to work on the shelter.
Yeah.
The guy that taught us Survivor School. So listeners out there, listen. Yeah. You go to a Survivor School before you go out on the island. But they give you like a binder
I'm the only
that
person
says
that's never been to Survivor School twice.
Yes, okay. Johnny's never been. But typically they say, look, stay away from these plants, stay away from these animals. They have someone come and show you how to make a fire. They have someone come and show you how to make palm frond roofs. So the guy that was teaching us how to make a fire could not make a fire.
Perfect.
So I was like, when I go out on Survivor Caramoan, and I was like, dude, if the guy teaching us how to make a fire can't make a fire, I'm not going to be able to rub sticks together to make a fire. I'm going to work on the shelter. So I would have, if I'm on this tribe on 47, let's make something more comfortable and move on. Because there's a little bit of tension here. But look,
and Annika, for the record, if you got Sam building this shelter, and I've seen your thirst trap bikini pics, why don't you go out there with that little swim gear showing off that your little thirst trap content for Survivor CBS on Instagram.
Yeah, well,
I got an Annika follow this week.
Good job. I don't know if I do.
Wait. Hey, Annika, you're smart. That follow goes a long way.
It's Annika.
Annika,
like Monica. She said it in the episode. Sure. That's the only reason I know it.
Okay. Well, Annika, your follow goes a long way. I think you're great.
But look, so it's day 6 now. Asia in a confessional is annoyed that Rome is going to be the fishing guy.
Because unfollowing right now, she's like, oh my God.
Rome is running his mouth, wanting to break records. I want to be like the next Aussie. But here's the deal: he's having to cook. He's having to do everything.
No. He wants to know what the Survivor record for fish is. Okay. It's not Ozzy. I think the record is Rupert.
And let's play a clip right now, Jonny Fairplay, where we see what's going on with Rome and his fishing skills.
He nailed it.
Why didn't you bring the flippers? I hate flippers. But, no flippers, no problem.
And I realized, hey, I'm kind of good with the Hawaiian sling. That's a great feeling because now I realize, man, I don't have to starve out here.
Okay, two things here. Yes. When Rome says I'm kind of good with the Hawaiian sling and he has his tongue, is he referring to his tongue? Because that is Rome, you're going to have a very happy girlfriend or boyfriend one day. I don't know. Yes. Who's to say? Yes. But that is a very long tongue, and congratulations. Gene Simmons would be proud.
Yes.
And as far as the record, those aquarium-sized fish, Rupert was the king of capturing aquarium-sized fish.
Yes.
Rupert would go out for hours and hours and deprive the rest of the tribe of having the Hawaiian sling. When the rest of us would go out there, especially Burton would go out for 10 minutes and come back with, 14, 20 pounds of fish, stingrays, including an electric stingray. I never knew there was such an animal. All these amazing things. And Rupert would come out with about 20 aquarium-sized fish.
So well, listen, dude. So, Johnny, Genevieve, who was, I believe, my winner pick.
Oh, that's your winner pick.
Yeah. So she is like These fish, dude, they look like a pet fish, like you would buy it like Petland or something, right?
And what did we learn from that? That Genevieve is a size queen.
She probably is. This is the first confessional I've seen the entire season.
I mean, I'm Genevieve, please.
Yes.
Not all man is built alike. I mean, geez, come on.
That's correct.
Yes.
And dude, so after this, we see
2020.
tiny.
Are we impressed with aquarium fish?
Look, I'm impressed with anything other than coconut. So the fact that Rome is catching these fish and he's like, look, no one is helping me at all, and he's eating the fish in front of Asia and people. I don't care. I don't care that he's doing that.
I don't either. Because he's like, I mean, to his credit, it's like, I'm expending the calories to go get them. I'm expending the calories to build the fire. I'll give you all some.
That would not have happened.
Huh? No,
so
of course not.
Whenever Rupert, Burton, or me, whoever got fish, like Sandra and Krista or whoever would scale them and eat. So like there was a system. Like if you were doing one thing,
right?
So like typically on the Drake tribe, I would get firewood. Rupert or Burton would get fish, and Sandra and Krista would scale, and Sean would do nothing.
Because
like that was the currency.
And you know what? And you know what's changed is that this show isn't about survival. Like even when you guys played, it wasn't really about like how can you, like no one was gonna really die out there. You know, like it wasn't really survival, but it was uncomfortable. It was, you know, you had to work a little bit. You had to set up a routine, a camp life. Like you had to have that part of the game. That's why they've never shown camp life is because there's no camp life. It's if someone goes off, they assume they have an idol.
You're playing for comfortability.
Right. But like if someone walks off by themselves, it's not even just assuming that they're looking for an idol. They just, they have an idol now. That's how it's been played. It's just if you walk away to go, I'm going to go get firewood. Oh, they have an idol now. For sure, you might as well just assume that they have an idol. It's like assuming that there's a 10 in blackjack. So.
Well,
wow. Hot take, Wayne. I agree, but I hate it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So that's why this camp life, that's why we're so interested in it, because we're actually getting, like, we haven't gotten any camp life, because in 26 days, you don't need to set up a routine.
Seasons.
Yeah.
6 fucking seasons we haven't gotten camp life.
Right.
No, and the thing is, we see camp life next with Sam talking about, I've never had a raspberry, or I've never had a potato cake.
Well, I've never had a fucking watermelon, dude. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, I've been around it. It's like, you never just like picked a little bit. Why is there an entire group of people that are stereotypically decided as loving this food? And you're like, I don't need to try it. I don't need to try that at all. Like it's watermelon. It's pineapple.
Did you guys see the grapefruit vote-off thing?
Mm-hmm.
It was last week. It was like you voted, and it came down to it was like mango and orange versus watermelon and strawberry, I believe. Mango won as the number one fruit. Go fuck yourself.
Check it out. I had mango tonight.
Yeah.
I went walking at the park after work. Tess was like, let's go to this Thai joint. We went there.
Yeah.
And I got the mango curry with chunks of mango.
Sure.
It was magically delicious.
Is it your favorite fruit?
It's not my favorite fruit, but in a Thai dish, that sweet with the spice is something good.
If we're talking about, hold on.
Punching you in the face. Hold on, Wayne, you're next.
If we're talking about favorite fruit, here's the deal. Of those 4, are we assuming that they are prepared by somebody else and presented ready to eat? Because that changes the argument. Because I love strawberries are great because you just pick them out and you just eat them. Watermelon, you got to cut the whole thing. You get watermelon juice all over your counter. Even mangoes are like not easy to deal with. You can't just grab a mango and bite into it. You got to have a knife and do all this shit.
It's a tough skin.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about best fruit overall, just for the whole experience, it's bananas, and it's not even close. You can pack a banana in your bag. You got food later. Like with an apple, you still got to rinse it off. Like banana, it's not too juicy. It gives you energy. It's not even close.
No, that makes sense. I agree. The bananas are like the best designed fruit.
Hot take. You guys are all wrong. Plum.
Johnny just
plum.
Do love a good plum.
Johnny likes the two furry kiwis with a banana coming out the top of that is what Jonny Fairplay likes.
Since we got to it,
Johnny Bananas out of
there. Since we got to it, this season's Taylor Swift Metallica song off is fruits that Sam hasn't tried yet. That's all it is. They're just naming foods. That's their thing at camp is that they're just like, wait, he is heavy chicken tenders, honey mustard, nothing else because it's too spicy everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I allowed the Taylor Swift Metallica song off last season. Mm-hmm. Peek behind the curtain. I fucking hated it. Okay. I just hated seasons 41 through 45 so much that I was just like, okay, I guess anything is better. No, I hated it. So I'm okay with Sam not like. I just dislike Sam more.
Yeah, it's just weird. But
I don't dislike him for the food,
because honestly, I allow him to talk about the stuff he doesn't eat. And what I want to allow is Sam, please pop that zit on your forehead. I mean, like it's like. Does anyone have that in their notes?
I don't, but I will tell you.
No.
Well, Wayne's high. He doesn't take notes.
I'm not high.
But Sam,
I took notes. I got notes right here.
I really like Sam.
Two of them.
And here's the deal. Andy, we see he wants to get a majority with Sam and Sierra. Andy is willing to give Sierra his shot in the dark, right?
Dude, that's
this
crazy.
Is building trust between Andy and Sierra.
Well, and Sierra's like, I don't even need that. Like, it's like, I don't.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But this is this is Andy trying to build trust.
This is a good Andy move.
It is.
I mean, it's a.
I wrote two notes.
Sierra move.
I wrote two notes back to back. That was like, man, I'm back on the Andy train. This is smart of him to realize like where he sits, and he's like picking up on like tension between people and mentioning that. I'm like, oh man, Andy's pretty smart.
Yeah.
And then I get down to like, oh no, never mind. I don't want to be on Andy's team anymore. I forget where I wrote it, but yeah, he immediately went back on it.
Dude, Andy is literally only following people that say mean things about him. And like, I apparently, Andy, I apologize for saying nice things about you. I guess you suck because Andy follows everybody but me.
Dude, that's funny. Well, so after Andy, we're back at the Tuku tribe. Gabe wants to work with Kyle. Feels like he wouldn't turn on him, but Gabe wants Tiana out next.
Yeah. Wait, you missed.
But Kyle does not want to turn on Tiana.
You missed the camp life that Kyle gave Gabe his nuts to eat. You missed that part. They were sitting in their shelter, and Kyle had to give Gabe his nuts. He peeled them, freshly peeled nuts just for him.
Oh, I love it. But here's the deal. Kyle tells Sue and Carolyn. Kyle tells Sue and Carolyn that Gabe wants them as the goats, right, to go forward. And Sue is irritated at Kyle. She's not able to like listen to Kyle's strategic talk because Kyle wrote down Sue's name. She wants revenge at the next tribal council. And this is kind of like not good for Kyle. She wants revenge.
Allegedly, I think this needs time to marinate with Sue.
Kyle did the right thing.
I like Sue, by the way.
Yeah, Kyle did the right thing in the wrong way. He should have gone to Caroline about it so that she could get some screen time.
Yeah.
But Sue was
not the opening.
Right. You go into Caroline and say, hey, Gabe told me you two are the goats. Why don't the four of us just vote him out if we have to and just call it a day? And then Caroline goes and works on Sue and be like, I know the vote's got me. You could build a story to make Sue not so upset.
The problem with that, Wayne, is that would require 2 Caroline confessionals this episode, and we have a 1 Caroline limit.
One and done.
Yep.
Because we are not getting more Caroline later, and this is the beginning of the end for that alliance.
So now it's time for the journey, you guys. So one person must get on the boat. So each tribe has a boat come up. So Kyle for Tuco.
Kyle
Annika
volunteers. Everyone says, yes, you're the odd man out. Go and get an advantage. We will or will not use it against you.
Annika for Gata.
Annika is next. She has a great Instagram. She deserves it. And then Rome has to rock, scissors, paper with Saul, who basically every confessional says, I like Rome. I don't like Rome. I'm not sure with Rome. And we don't know with Rome is every confessional that Saul does every time. But guess what? Rome wins. It's Jonny Fairplay, reality TV icon, Survivor Hall of Famer. And I'm talking today about WorkMoney. WorkMoney is a non-profit organization that focuses on lowering costs and raising incomes for all Americans to make American life more affordable and American families more economically secure. They provide products, services, perks, benefits, tips, and tools to help members improve their financial lives. It's time to level up and make more money in this economy. We're talking getting rich. Now, this sweepstakes is giving away $50,000. You can use this to pay your rent, your mortgage. Imagine what you can do with all the money that you'll save. Now, this is put on by WorkMoney, and this site has all these sick benefits, and it's free. Go sign up right now and get more rich. Now, listen, you can change your life. Now, what would you do if you didn't have to pay your rent or mortgage for a year? Listen. Sign up right now for free. Link is available right here in the show notes. Check them out. Personally, I'd get more pinball machines. I'm Jonny Fairplay. I wouldn't lie about that. It's WorkMoney. More money. The Rome suggestion for going on the journey. How is this possible? Because who's going to catch the fish?
Rome is. I will give it to Rome.
I mean, right. I mean, Matt, if Rome's gone, who's going to catch the fish for the tribe?
I know these big fucking fish that's going to give everyone nutrients. But I give mad props to Rome for just like
for winning at Rochambeau.
Yeah, no, but Rome I feel is like the most wild
Fairplay?
contestant of this season. Yeah. Like I love Rome. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell is he doing? But
every time I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
But he's memorable. I love Rome.
He's here to play. He's also aware he's making a television show. You know, he realizes that this is his platform to what could be next, regardless of how he does on the show. And he's giving us a television show. He's also not stupid about what is happening around him. Like he's actually playing the game. He's not just playing reckless, but he's like, yeah, I want to go on the challenge. I'm sure it was just Saul and Rome raised their hand. They didn't show us that part because they showed us how the other ones chose. And then we just cut to them playing rock, paper, scissors. And Rome positions himself to go. And they're probably all like, good, get out of here, Rome. We could use an afternoon without you. And then he goes out and gets himself one of the sickest advantages in the game that also, I'll just jump ahead, but when he like plays his idol later and he's like, here's my idol that I won on the boat journey. And so he now has this other thing that only his alliance knows about, which I think he fucked up telling anybody about, but that is neither here nor there.
Yeah, so on this journey, they have a chance. First of all, everyone's spilling the beans to everyone else about what's going on at their tribe.
Right? Except for Rome being smart.
Saul and Asia are calling all the shots, and I'm like, I love it.
Dude, immediately just...
Step one of me loving how, someone's an expert, but you allow someone that's not an expert to go tell that you're the expert.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, so it's just nuts that he's playing really well. He's playing really, really well. I hope he doesn't burn out too fast.
Dude, I do too. So they're at the journey, when you walk down the path, you have a bag, and you have three possible things. One is you have lose your vote, and then you can double down and pick another bag, and you could possibly lose 2 votes in a row, which is really bad. The other one is you could win a steal a vote advantage. So we see that Kyle goes, he pulls out a lose your vote. He stops right there.
All right.
I cannot
Wait,
chance losing two votes.
Before we go into this, I have one question or a comment and question on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Has the steal a vote? They focused on it. Has the steal a vote ever been like this where you replace their vote? Because I always thought it was just you remove their vote from the voting, but they focused on how it's like, no, you remove their vote and then you write another vote on it. And so I haven't looked back on it. I didn't know how that steal a vote's been used before in the past.
Well, if I were a Survivor expert, I would know this, but I only have the T-shirt, so I do not.
We're not Survivor experts.
Someone tell us in the comments. We'll mention it later. The other thing is, I wish instead of making them all play, I wish there was an option to be like, I'm out. I'll take a bag of rice. And like you get like a small, like one meal's worth of rice, like not enough to last any amount. And I know that's like the coward's way. It doesn't force people to kind of have to distrust or whatever. But I think it would be an interesting dynamic, especially when they're not really given any food.
I'm okay with making them play in this shortened form. If this is a 30, like let's say Survivor 50, we go back to traditional Survivor. It's 38 days or whatever it was. I don't remember anymore. It's been that long.
40-ish.
I'm just an expert. I don't know. I don't know.
39 days, one Survivor.
Oh, 39 days. Mm-hmm. There we go. 39 days. Well, I made it 38. That's why 38 is in my head and not 39 because I didn't make it to day 39. So there we go. I'm only an expert on 38 days of the game.
Yes.
So in a shortened form, I'm okay with making them play. Mm-hmm. However, if I lose my vote, I'm doubling down.
Oh, you have to statistically. I wrote that.
Yeah,
I wrote that. That's like statistically, you have to double down. Also, for the advantage, if you've lost a vote, now you get to steal the. I mean, you don't know what the advantage is, but you're pretty much assuming it offsets it. But I wrote down sucker next to the two people that didn't go again.
Yeah, I do not. I mean,
it's like the idol.
People, you have never been to Caesars, Virginia. They've never been to Caesars, Vegas. They've never been to Caesars anything. These are the people that will never get platinum X or platinum diamond, double plat, whatever you need to be a superstar in the world of gambling. It's a dummy vote not to double down.
Right. Well, especially because in this shortened form, realistically, you're only losing one vote for like your tribe, unless your tribe just sucks and you're losing people every week. But you might lose one more week as a tribe before some sort of merge or flop. And then once you merge or flop, it's way easy to navigate a lost vote. Yeah. You can just hide for a week and just, kind of follow and you don't make yourself a center of attention. Don't be a leader. So
you lose the one vote and then the merge or whatever happens. And you're like, dude, I got you.
Yeah, I
got you. We're good. Right, and then you're like looking, you're like, oh, please make this happen. Please make this happen.
Yeah, please don't wreck my game because
but it more than likely does not affect you.
Right.
And that's
no one doubles down.
If you're not playing Survivor like that, you're like, what game are you playing? I mean, Sia money's off the table. Like the Cameo money, I beat Q in the Cameo rankings. Okay, so all you people banking on Cameo money, it's good, but it ain't Sia money.
No.
No, but I was shocked that no one did it. So Kyle loses a vote. He stops there. Annika loses a vote, sticks with that. Annika. And Rome gets a steal a vote. And Rome has an idol. So Rome is in a great position.
All right. So, I mean, do we think there's anything else in that bag for Rome other than the steal a vote?
Yeah, I know. I thought about this as a Ben Drebergen moment
I'm
here.
I'm sure everything was fine, but I'm just like, if it was really convenient that the guy that we all love, that is reckless and sloppy and messy and everything else, gets that. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So no, I'm not accusing you. I love the happenstance that is all this, and
I do too. It worked out perfect.
And if anyone of the three, Annika, you're great. Kyle, you're the next JT. JT's okay. But Rome, you're the wannabe Jonny Fairplay. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Annika comes back, and we talk about this is where we see a scene where Sam is like, "Look, I'm engaged." Sierra is hoping to be engaged when she gets back from the island, and we see a confessional of Sam telling his fiance on national television, "Look, I know Sierra's hot. I know we've been like hanging out and cuddling, but look, I promise you, baby doll, you're my love. I am only doing this as strategic game.
My pullout game is better than Wayne Memmott's. I promise you.
So good for you.
2 for 2.
Good for you, Sam.
2 for 2.
But
my God.
So Annika does not
Wayne,
tell.
when do you have your third sex with your wife planned?
Never. We're done. 2 and through. That's our motto.
Oh wow! You're never
We're
having
following
sex
the Matt
again?
Bischoff plan. I'm getting pegged from here on out.
Oh, there, Bobby Gibbsby. There's an Instagram reel right there. It's off of me now. See ya. I'm done podcasting. God, finally a Peggy joke that doesn't involve fucking me. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck. So, where the fuck? I don't even know where the fuck we're at.
I feel like it did involve you, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely did. I'm following my idol. I'm having 2 kids. I'm just getting pegged from here on out, just like my good friend Matt Bischoff.
My good
fuckers.
Matt Bischoff, he gets pegged nightly.
Oh, you fucking idiots!
I've seen your pool. You get that from pegging? Hell yeah,
dude. So look. Annika does not tell her tribe the truth. She tells Sierra and Rachel that she lost her vote, but she just doesn't want Andy knowing what's going on. That's a good plan. Just don't let Andy know what's happening, right? Kyle tells his tribe that he lost a vote, but Rome says, "Look, I lost a vote." And but he tells Teeny about the steal a vote.
Well, no, he says he lost the vote. And they're like, "Do you have the paper?" He goes, "Oh no, I just left it there because I don't care about Survivor memorabilia or checklists or anything that are extremely important to me. I just left it."
But Teeny,
I would say it's Rome. I love you, brother. Okay,
yes,
so the correct answer is, hey, do you have? It was like, no, it was on the platform. Like you know, we moved the dial over, and it says you lost your vote.
Right.
So there was no paper to take. But he's like, "Oh no, there's a piece of paper." I was like, "Oh, I don't give a fuck about this. It's not like you know, I'm going to go to viewing parties and and talk to Jonny Fairplay in between episodes or anything."
Well, I do like this whole thing. I didn't mind the journey. I'm glad we don't have the whatever sweater Sammy, but this journey was cool enough to me, and I mean, I'm cool with it.
It was fine, except it's like just another kind of luck of the draw situation where people's games, and I know there's a little bit of luck of the draw in Survivor, but it's kind of a forced thing. That's why I kind of wish there was an option to remove yourself from play. Because if you're like, I mean, not inconceivably, you got a solid 4 and they're like, let's get this one person out there. Hopefully they'll lose their vote, and they go out there and they don't lose their vote. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
like Annika's not playing this.
Right. No,
if she has the option. She's like, I'm out. This is stupid.
Yeah, Kyle's the same way.
And
but Rome's still risking it. You're still getting that reward, but you're also now you're sending 2 people back to their tribe where there's only 4 other people on that tribe.
Yeah.
And you don't have a vote. So that's 2 and 2.
Yeah.
It's just like, and you can't let anybody know. If you tell anybody you lost your vote, you fucked up. You can't, because once you tell one person, there's 4 people, everyone knows. You tell one person one thing, you just have to assume everyone knows.
And that's an issue with the new era. Like, I feel like the new era is more, you have to be really good to win, and you have to be lucky on top of lucky on top of lucky. And I don't like that part. Like, I consider myself one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Does that translate in the future? Maybe, maybe not. However, the game I played was based on what I did. The game now, like if I play the same game, it's just like, okay, I feel like I'm pretty good. It's just like, okay, but you need to luck this out. I'm like, okay, well, I lucked that out. You need to luck this out. I was like, okay, I like that. It's like, you need to luck this out. I was like, oh, I didn't luck out the third one. It's like, oh, well, you don't win. I'm just like, but I played pretty good up until then. They're like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. I don't like that part of it. I mean, like, I get it. I know it's a component of the game, and maybe that's good, and maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of love the idea of just winning because you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Like you can read situations, maybe you get an idol, maybe whatever, but like this luck of the draw
because even
stuff,
if you're good, you're not great. Like, I don't feel there's ever been a great survivor, ever. I feel every survivor that has won or has been elite has been a good survivor. I don't consider anyone. I consider the greatest game I've ever played was Parvati on Heroes versus Villains. But I don't consider her. I don't consider that great. She made mistakes.
I consider Sandra is like probably the only person. If someone's like, who are the greatest survivors? Like Sandra's probably the only name I'm really confidently saying.
Tony Vlachos.
Tony as well.
I think Tony's pretty good.
But once again, there's luck involved in that, but add on top of that luck, extra luck that could work for or against you. Tony Vlachos doesn't win.
Yeah,
potentially.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and
luck is a huge part of Survivor. I mean, like, wow. So we go into the immunity challenge.
For the record, Sandra, you're the greatest two-time winner ever, other than the other only two-time winner. You're both great. Okay,
you're both great.
So for anyone ready to crush me on the comments, you're like, oh my god, I love Sandra. Me and Parvati aren't even friends. I respect her. I like her. We just don't hang out. I mean, I don't dislike her.
I've always liked
her. We're just
totally.
but I've always said I feel the greatest game I've ever seen in U.S. Survivor is Parvati's game on Heroes Villains. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm so stupid, she didn't even win. But I feel like that was the best game I've ever seen.
So immunity challenge time and reward challenge. Boats that bring everyone in, which is kind of cool. This is another, climb up this like rope ladder to a tower, jump off. You got to then swim out, up and over a crate. There's a balance beam involved. There's like diving down to get puzzle or keys from these buoys, puzzle pieces, and a seahorse puzzle. And there's also a reward, which is hammocks and a tarp, I believe. And Johnny, you had a tarp on your season, which was game-changing.
So we got a tarp, and then the first thing, so I had the pirate season. The first, we were able to steal another item from the other tribe, and the first thing we stole was their tarp, which gave us the double tarp, and it made. I mean, and I lived in the lagoon. It was like I literally had the greatest place ever to live on Survivor, other than the two tropical storms that became hurricanes. Other than that, it was pretty optimal. Those tarps are huge. I consider the tarp the greatest thing we ever got on my season of Survivor. So for anyone that's just like, what was the best? Was it the sewing machine? Well, the sewing machine was garbage. Other than my sleeves that I have over there, I can bring them over here in a second. But we got okay stuff. The tarps are number one. But let me say this: the final puzzle, and we'll get there. The seahorse. If I'm not the red tribe, all right, I'm speaking personally. What is you guys' favorite sea animal ever? Matt Bischoff, you go first.
Oh, wow. Favorite sea animal? I would say beluga whale.
All right. And Wayne?
Manatee.
Oh, just because you like men. All right.
What's yours, Fairplay?
Seahorse.
Real? Well, there you go.
Oh my God! If I was not the red, because if I was the red tribe, I'd be like, "Fuck that fucking puzzle forever." But if I was the other two tribes, dude, I would have that seahorse tattoo right here in a second.
Well, I love this challenge, first of all, and this is where Jeff Probst breaks the fourth wall. Okay. He's asking the tribes, "Hey, we're here on the beaches of Fiji. What is this like in comparison to watching this on television?" Yeah. And people are like all raising their hand.
No, Kyle did not raise his hand.
But some people did say this is harder,
Pretty much
right?
Everyone did. I don't know if Saul did because Saul has a 0 edit. So maybe he did and they just edited it out.
And this is where Jeff looks right at the camera and says, "And this is why you should apply to be on Survivor." So, like,
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with this too. Out of all the
and the whole, and we're gonna get to the Keyshawn's inability to swim.
Yes,
it wasn't like this whole thing is just like, oh, was it because you're gay? I'm just like, whoa, what? No, it was just.
Yeah, he says I only learned how to swim like 2 months before this.
He goes, I learned how to swim a couple months before. He's like, all right, cool, let's see what happens. And I'm just like, oh wow.
Because so who's sitting out?
If this was season 41,
yeah,
season 41 through 46 is just like, oh, what did this stem from? And he's like, I don't know. The fact that he didn't get swim lessons is like, oh, a little deeper. I don't know. Maybe there's a babysitter, a little deeper. I don't know. Something in kindergarten, like a little deeper, is like homosexuality. Yes, we got it. So, no, he's like, hey, I just learned how to swim a couple months ago. We're good.
So Keyshawn was badass, and I want to play this clip right now. I had in my notes, Teeny diving off the platform like a boss. Let's see this clip right now. I love it.
Here goes Saul and Teeny for Lalo.
So, dude, Saul almost does a front flip. Genevieve is on the bench, the Sanders sit-out bench,
looking for an idol.
Like even as so her Survivor legacy is one confessional so far, and looking for idol on the Sanders sit-out bench.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. Watching Andy kind of almost blowing it in this challenge was fun.
Andy could have done everything by himself. Rome could have, but just mainly needed to go first. And then everything that happened. But Teeny diving off the platform, you know what vibes I got? Matt, I think you can guess. Who's my favorite? Who's my favorite 43?
Oh, crap. Don't ask me these questions.
Carla.
Carla,
Remember
who's been
Carla
on our podcast.
Diving off? We're just like,
Carla's sick. So this is what I'm talking about. This challenge when these people are diving off, not just jumping and going like this.
There's a difference
holding their nose.
There's a difference between jump doing this.
Yeah,
and
fuck that.
This.
People are athletic as shit. This is the most physical of players of New Era. Period. Zero. This is what we want to see. So so Teeny is showing me a physical game, a social game, and a strategic game. I love it, Teeny.
Outplay, outlast.
Teeny's got them all. Check marked. I love you, Teeny.
And the edit thus far? Check.
Dude, I know.
Wayne, what do you think? Is Teeny getting the winner edit?
Teeny's getting a pretty good winner at it because she's like, I mean, we already went past it, but when she kind of noticed, like, I think we have a clip of it.
Every advantage Rome brings back, it kind of pushes me more and more into the alliance with him, Rome, Genevieve, and Keyshawn, because there's not much I can do when Rome has an idol and Rome has a steal a vote.
Right, so she's developed a relationship where she's the only one that knows all of this from Rome. And she's like, well,
and the other side.
Right. And she's like, well, yeah, I have to be in his alliance. Like, I have to be in alliance with him. Like, there's no, of course I have to be.
There's too many accessories that I can use in the game of Survivor that has limited accessories.
Right. And so, like.
And hold on, can I? Is Teeny adorable? Can we all agree on that?
Teeny's adorable. I love Teeny.
I mean,
Teeny is like
literally gets cuter by the second.
She does.
I love Teeny. Big fan. But I do agree that this is like, it's moments like that, and I'm like, oh, Teeny's gonna win this.
I think Teeny's gonna win this too.
Her number one is Kashawn. She feels in a great position.
Number one is her number one supporter, Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah, but Teeny you are killer.
Who did I pick to win?
I don't remember.
Well, I picked John Lovett, but I said,
okay, then we're done.
No, stop. But I said my second, if I really mean it, was Teeny.
Okay.
I
think Teeny has a great chance of winning.
Okay,
Teeny is
I get credit for my second. Listen, I'm no Survivor expert. I'm just wearing the T-shirt. I'm not on podcasts saying that I know everything.
No, but Teeny, look, she says in a confessional she feels like she's in a good position. Asia would love to target Rome, but knows he has an idol, and she tells Teeny she wants Genevieve out. So Teeny and Rome are talking.
No one said the name Genevieve this episode, Matt. Stop
they did. Genevieve was listed, and she was my winner pick. God damn it.
Notes? Okay. I have not heard the name Genevieve this season.
But they want to make Soul. I want to make Soul play a shot in the dark. Teeny and Rome talking, right?
Sure.
Rome is saying, "Look, Teeny, like we see this clip of Rome giving Teeny props. This is another check mark on Teeny's list of how she could win." Rome's like, "Actually, Teeny, you're making like a great point here about how Soul could find an idol."
I hated this moment. I'm just like, oh, please, Rome, stick with your gut. Do not let Teeny. Teeny is playing the Teeny game, and I love you, Teeny. However, yes. I love Rome too, and I want equal representation of you guys owning moves. And I'm just like, Rome, you got this move, and Teeny's taking your move, and Rome's like, oh, Teeny just told me how my move is stupid, and I'm going with hers, and I'm like, oh no, this is horrible, but it all works out.
It does all work out. So here's a funny thing. Rome and Soul are talking
for a second when you saw like as I said, I think we all right, if you love Teeny, raise your hand. All right, we love Teeny. All right, if you love Rome, raise your hand. We're all raising our hands. See, we love Teeny and Rome.
We do.
But all right, so we saw Teeny potentially circumventing Rome here. I didn't like it. If the roles were reversed, if we saw Rome circumventing Teeny, I don't think we'd like that either. Wayne, where are you at on this? Agreed?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think we.
I was putting my toddler to bed during this conversation, I was helping with the two kid bedtime during these conversations. That's why I'm sitting here quietly, like, yeah, I agree.
Oh no! Well,
but I do agree.
Here's a couple things.
I think we all. I mean, like, even though the two bad guys on this season, based on the edit, are Andy, who is Dateline next season. She had a style. She had a smile that could, whatever. And then we have Rome, who's just being Rome. Teeny's the good guy. So we have a bad guy and a good guy. But I feel like it's kind of like Pearl Islands, in which, I don't care if it's me and Rupert or me and Sandra. I feel like you could like both and be like, hey, I hate Jonny Fairplay, but I kind of want to see this come to a conclusion. Hey, if you like bad guys, hey, I don't like Rupert, but I want to see this showdown. Or, hey, I don't, whatever. I want to see this Teeny Rome thing.
I too.
Grow in. I think that's our story.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, I mean, like, the Andy stuff is fun. The Sam stuff is, like, Sam's fiance, he's cheating on you. I don't know. What was I not? I thought this was the Patreon. I'm sorry. Was I not? Patreon, realitypatron.com. We'll talk all about it. So yes.
But Rome here, he talks about Boston Rob being the Godfather.
Yeah,
and Rome is like the godson or something like that.
Yeah, he lost me on that one.
He's trying to make a moment here.
Rome
on TV.
do better.
Right.
I think he was in the moment. Like I think I think there's weed out there in Fiji.
All I know is
Wayne, is there weed in Fiji? You know about weed.
I don't know about Fiji though.
but look,
all right.
Rome and Saul.
Would you declare there's no weed in Fiji?
No, there's weed everywhere.
Oh, there we go. Rome, don't smoke the weed in Fiji and say stupid stuff like that.
No, you should definitely. If they have Fijian weed, you should definitely smoke Fijian weed.
Well, yes, you should, but don't say bad stuff about the guy that's got your back here.
No, don't do that.
But I will tell you, Rome is talking to Soul, and Soul actually is like, Rome, are you lying? He can detect Rome's body language and tell that
great.
Rome is full of shit.
Rome may have done the worst lying job I've ever seen, other than a lion.
Yeah. Not great.
He does.
Not great. But he's fun.
He is. I love it.
Phil, who is a big part of the reality after show. Phil is just like, he's Brandon, or he thinks Andy's Brandon Hans, but I feel like he thinks there's Brandon Hans. There's no Brandon Hans vibes on any
No.
Andy is. I think we're gonna get to something much more different than Brandon Hans down the road, but Rome is. Just, so, I think he is a poorly played Jonny Fairplay. No, I take that back. He is a Jonny Fairplay-esque player that is in the early stages is having difficulty figuring out that line of lying and lies, because I think Rome has the ability to lie to someone down the road. But Saul's not that guy.
Right.
Saul is seeing right through it, but I think a lot of people on this game would not see Rome as like a sinister lying person. So I think this is great for Rome.
I feel he's going to continue to lie, but I feel there's going to be a believability to his lies down the road. Just Saul, he ain't about that. Mm-hmm. So, and even though Teeny was just like, yeah, hey, Saul needs to go. I think Asia needed to go first, and then Saul needs to go next, and then I feel there's other people that will buy into the Rome bullshit, and I'm here for that.
Well, and Asia has to go because Asia's the one that will flip and become a number for somebody else. Saul.
Teeny.
Yeah, right. You think Teeny flips?
No. Asia, Teeny was backing her game with the Asia flip because she wanted Asia, and I was like Rome, this does not help your game.
No.
This does not help your game. Don't do it. And so then we get to Matt. You explain here.
No, so leading up before Tribal Council, dude, it's just like Asia has her heart set on Genevieve. Asia has every opportunity to join forces with people, and as a smart podcaster and supposed survivor expert of the game, this is some big shoes to fill on TV. It's kind of like, look, if I'm on Survivor as a podcaster talking about Survivor and I go out this early, that's a fucking disgrace.
Well,
so,
I don't know about disgrace, but disappointment, I feel is the word you're looking for.
That's what I'm saying. It's a real big bummer. I'm sure Asia is so bummed.
Yes, but I would not use the word disgrace, Matt. I feel the word you're looking for is disappointment. So, but she's literally offered. Asia's and she goes. I feel like I'm in the. She says later. She's offered the option. They're like, hey, let's vote out Saul. And she goes, no, I want to double down. She goes, I want Genevieve, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Teeny's just like, all right, well, if she's not willing to play ball on Saul, then she's probably not willing to play ball with me later. So she's the problem, not Saul.
Right. I think it's just is a catastrophic mistake. And when you're out there playing Survivor, it's hard.
I just don't understand maybe I should be giving kudos right here because I feel like the game bot move or the expert move is go with the flow.
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh no, I'm not wavering." And I was just like, "Wow." I mean, I'm like, I just for me personally, I learned the game from Rob Cisternino. The game Jonny Fairplay played on Pearl Islands, I base off Rob C's game on Amazon. I learned what later Stephen Fishback termed as the word fluid gameplay. Mm-hmm. So I just looked at it as jumping from alliance to alliance without consequence. But the term was later coined by Fishback as fluidity. Okay, well, Asia, you're a disciple of this paradox that taught you the game of Survivor.
Yes.
And if you're invited to a situation that allows you to jump, it's just like, hey, I want to work with Saul. It's like, hey, everyone's on Saul. Like, you're either with us or against us. And you're like, oh, I'm against you. I'm just like, where is the fluidity that you learned from the quote-unquote know-it-alls, from the quote-unquote greatest player to never win the game, from the quote-unquote expert that you call yourself? I mean, there's plenty of quotes to throw around here where I'm just like, as I said, Wayne, don't throw out my fucking name.
Right.
And Survivor's it's a lot, dude. Like when you're playing, it's a lot different than when you watch it on TV.
Name. Will I be the first person ever to say that I want to play like Matt Bischoff on my application?
Yes, you would. That would rule.
When you fill it out, they're gonna replace you with the alternate.
Dude, Max Dawson.
And Michael Snow comes back.
But seriously, I feel that it's a lot harder to play the real game of Survivor.
It is. But I mean, I just do not understand like with. I mean, Asia is a student of the game, and God bless you, Asia. I think you're a great
solid human being.
Well, yeah, she's a great solid. I mean, no, she's just a great person, and she and I admire her analytics. But I'm just seeing her. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, with your heroes being my heroes, or at least one, like the fluidity is what made Rob C great, and I just saw zero fluidity, and I didn't get it.
Right.
And do we have any clips from Tribal Council, John?
That really hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Was it you too, Saul?
No.
Yeah. She was not happy.
Yeah.
This is a person who is not happy that they're getting voted out.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you said no one was happy, but I my good friend Rome appeared to be very happy.
Rome was ecstatic. I mean, here's the thing. We've had 2 podcasters go home in the first 3 weeks of Survivor.
If you're a podcaster, do not apply to be on Survivor. You're going home with the quickness.
No one will know. Here's the thing. I'm not getting better at thinking about Survivor by doing this podcast. I'll be fine either way.
I don't think you're getting better at podcasting.
No, but Wayne Memmott or behind the scenes, our producer Bobby Goodsby, I can see him playing Survivor. This shit is a lot harder than it seems.
Oh yeah.
And I would love to see someone. I love seeing podcasters. John Lovett and Asia. Adios.
Hey, Asia. As I said, I love you. I think you're a great person.
Yes, we love you too.
I just. I don't understand. So, I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know. I will say Asia threatening before the vote is just like, hey, whatever you do I don't feel like that was a good move.
No.
I just feel like they're like, as I said, like volunteering to go on the first thing. I just saw just bad move. As an expert, I'm just like, wow. I feel like these are like none of these things. Wayne, I don't know what when me and Matt have taught you other than pegging. I
mean, really, just
other than that, would you
be cool?
Just be in the middle.
Be cool.
Be cool.
Don't tell anyone anything that's about that you have. That's it. Never.
Ever.
Never. Unless you're like, I'm about to get voted out and I have this idol, and if I tell this one person I have this idol, now I get to decide who gets voted out. That's the only time you would like reveal that advantage. If you, instead of just using it to save yourself, you could like get what you want out of it or whatever. But even then, don't tell anyone anything. You never tell anyone
anything. And I don't get. Be cool.
Learn how to gab with the gals. That's also
there. You go.
As a guy, you gotta learn how to gab.
I will say that this is a great episode. 90 minutes is superb. There's not been a single episode this season where I've been like looking at my phone, like, come on.
No,
I've been
Survivor
looking forward
back again.
What's that?
Is Survivor back again?
I think
it's
so.
back again.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to, like, dude, the positivity and the level of like excitement I have for podcasting.
Well,
about
no,
this
not the positivity of the episode that they're trying to force down our throat. That is not the positivity, but it's the positivity of us looking forward to the next episode.
No,
right?
Dude,
okay.
I'm stoked on it. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped to see what happens next. It's people that know that they're making a TV show. That's the big overarching thing I think from this is that they,
huge.
You know, yeah.
I don't know if Andy knows he's making a TV show.
I think
Andy knows he's doing. I think Andy knows he's doing something with the camera involved, and it may involve the CIA.
I would say the yellow tribe doesn't really seem like they know they're making a TV show, but the other two tribes seem to know that they're making a show.
Well, I can't wait for next week's episode. And
yeah.
Look, if you're looking for more Survivor coverage, be sure to tune in to the Kelly Wentworth with special guest, the best booty on Survivor, Abby Maria. She is Kelly's guest. One of my of course.
She told us.
I know.
This is one of my favorite Survivors. I love Abby Maria.
She told Matt that she has the best booty of all of
Survivor. No. She didn't tell me shit. I'm just proclaiming Matt Bischoff's favorite, right? And if you're talking about...
I feel like I was there during that conversation, and she reinstated it. So
yes, but seriously...
This conversation did take place between Matt and Abby Maria.
It has. And Abby knows that
Matt thinks about it often.
I do. But look, we have so much great coverage on Survivor and other shows. Yeah. So if you love reality television, stay tuned for everything we have going on the Reality After Show Network.
Hey, Matt. So I know you like the podcast, and Wayne, you like the podcast. But Wayne, you said, I hate when there's all these commercials interfering in the podcast. And I was like, not a problem, Wayne. Go to realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. Commercial free from here on out. $5.
Huge.
Everything's commercial free.
Huge.
$10. You get the Q&A, which is our #1 podcast of the week.
Yeah,
$30. You get autographed pics from your favorite reality TV stars from all of reality television. It's amazing. So go to realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com.
Dude,
commercial free.
If I never have to hear about Chumba Casino again, oh my fucking God, dude, fuck.
I don't even know what Chumba Casino is.
Oh my God, it's whatever my targeted ad. I get Skyline. I get the same two ads. I get one for Skyline and Chumba Casino, and and sometimes it's the same Chumba Casino ad 3 times in a row, and it's every 10 minutes. And I'm like, I can't listen to this podcast. I'm done with this one.
Oh, don't say that. All right. Well, there you go. So,
well, I would pay $5 because I love the podcast. I want to listen to it. I just hate Chumba Casino.
Yeah.
$5. We have like 30 podcasts a week now. I mean, we have coverage of the Anonymous. We have 2 challenge podcasts. We have 2 Survivor podcasts.
Coverage of the Summit.
The Summit. We have coverage of the Too High podcast covering the Summit. We have so much stuff. Join us at realitypatron.com for commercial free. Also, head over to my Facebook. I am running a half marathon on October 12th in 10 days. And I have a Facebook post. You can look at my Facebook thread. I'll repost it. So if you guys want to donate $1 a mile or $5 a mile, whatever you want to do, I'm potentially running 13.1 miles. I am 50 years old. So who's to say what I'm going to do? But if you want to donate, all the money goes to an animal charity, Danville, Virginia, where I live. Our animal shelter has an 83% kill rate. For those of you that are unaware, most kill rates at animal shelters are around 13 to 15%. We have an 83% kill rate. That is a huge problem, and that is unacceptable. And I am personally doing everything possible to stop that. So if you can help me with Homeward Trails, who is working directly with this kill shelter, as I like to call it, we're stopping that. That needs to end. We do not need an 83% kill rate anywhere ever. And so if you want to donate, as I said, a quarter a mile, $1 a mile, $5 a mile, $100 a mile. I am potentially running 13.1 miles on October 12th. And go to my Facebook page. You'll see the post, and I'll go ahead and pin it up at the top. I would like to do what I can to stop this, and let's do some good out there. So
get in there, and go donate, guys. Go donate. If you're listening this far in the podcast, just go over there and give it. It's $1 a mile. It's $13. It's 2 months of the Patreon.
$13 is like literally like a Chipotle lunch.
Who's to say I'm getting 13.1 miles, Wayne?
Right.
I mean, I'm 50 years old.
Listen,
I might not make it that far.
Yeah. Even do a quarter a mile. Come on, just a couple bucks. Or I'm sure there's a way to just do a flat rate, and I'll just give you $5. Just here you go, Johnny.
Yeah, there's a link. You can just go and donate to the thing. So, but anyway, thank you, everyone. I love you all. Cameo.com/Jonny Fairplay. I'm shooting some stuff from over there. Matt Bischoff, where can everybody find you?
At the Matt Bischoff on Instagram. And look, if you're in Cincinnati around the time that Johnny's running that marathon, October 12th, I'll be at this Improv Cincinnati comedy deal where I am a monologist, where I'm going to tell some Survivor stories, and comedians that do improv are going to act out scenes. So that should be pretty killer. And then Wayne Memmott, turning over to you. You're a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up, brother?
I'm at the Comet pretty much every single Saturday. The Comet in Cincinnati. We have shows there every Saturday. I'll be there on October 12th with Jackie Cation, who is Maria Bamford's opener, is headlining there. Another big one coming up is Ben Roy in November. I'll be there for that one. Check me out on Instagram. I've kind of taken a break from performing a lot because, just had a baby. But I'll be back out in 2025 getting ready for some fun stuff. So follow me on Instagram at Wayne Memmott, and I have some jokes out there. So, yeah.
There you go. And we will see you all next week on another Reality After Show, talking season 47, the best new era season that we've seen.
Agreed.
Cheers, everybody, and good night.
It's true.